And welcome back to PSA TV on this rainy Thursday morning. On set with me, I've got the chair of the Seamstress and Tailors Department, or PSA department that is, Ms. Susan Alexander. Good morning to you, Ms. Alexander.
Good morning. Pleasant good morning to you.
How are you this morning?
Well, not too bad. The rain is there, but you know, the rain doing what it has to do, and we are doing what we have to do.
Of course, we are. So on set, you're going to see some pieces done by members from the
Tailors and Seamstress department and myself, yeah.
And yourself. So it's very beautiful, I must say. Very intricate designs. This one is filled with sequins.
Yeah. More evening wear. Yeah.
So let's start off with ladies first.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Let's go with this one first. And for those of you who don't know, this month is National Sewing Month.
That's right.
So in honor of this month, I've chosen to do this today. So just tell me a little bit about this wear.
Okay, this is more like you call the little black dress.
Right.
And you have the stretch lace on the top.
Yeah.
You have like the lame, and you have the lining on the bottom in order to keep it in that, to have that look. So this is a nice little dress. You keep it within your closet, and it's for all the nice dress up, the different heels, the sequins would be matching with earrings and so forth. And you can interchange with like reds, you could do it with a down play of colors. So this is what I must have, a little black dress.
And that's what I was now going to say. You know, there's the one saying that what every woman must have is one little black dress. Well, all right, and you have the shawl, silver.
Yes, and you know that also brings to the beauty of the clothing. Yeah.
Yes. Very, very intricate, very delicate as well, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, just while we do this, just tell me a little bit about yourself. What led you to start sewing?
Well, what had happened, I always liked dressed up as a child, and one of the things I often looked at is that you'll buy clothes, and often when I was smaller, my grandmother sewed, and she would adjust things and sometimes make it look even more beautiful than the way she bought it.
Right.
And I said, you know, I like that. But when I went to school, I did sciences and so forth, but was unable to be employed. And one of the things I started to make money very early with is getting like pretty, I always like the little flowers thing and make clothes. I used to make dolly dresses first. And so it was something that's like really natural. It was something that was quite natural.
Right.
Yeah.
So this piece here, this is a very modern
this one was
piece.
made by me, by myself.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
So it's coming off the hanger. Yeah, so you have the style of you having this, it would appear from the back as though it's a whole dress. But usually I put either short pants or a mini skirt under. So you have this whole...
And you can rock it just like that?
Yeah, you can rock it just like this as well. And you can play it down, you can play it up, and you put your little high heels, you put your accessories, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So those are some. It have many, but maybe at this time we cannot bring out much more. But to show
just put that one across there.
Yeah.
And we're going to put this one back onto the hanger. What was your inspiration behind this piece?
Well, I worked with some of the best designers. I worked with Heather Jones and Nadine. I worked for quite a while at Janura's, so I was always in the field of design and actually putting the garment together myself as well.
Okay.
So not only that I would be able to design, but would be able to look at a shape of a person and know, well, okay, this would look best on you as opposed to something. So we also give advice in the way things are done. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into the gents section.
Yeah, this is the gents section. Now this is that double jacket, double-breasted jacket. Now what had happened? The person would have bought the jacket,
right,
and didn't want to have the pants that fit with that jacket. So we had to make a pants that would fit him. So you know the pants was made, and so therefore, it now had the person that, okay, I get my pants and my jacket, so he was quite pleased. Yeah.
And this piece was done by?
Well, that piece was done by one of my tailor's friends. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been sewing?
In the sewing industry?
Yes.
For quite a while, because that is the only way I started to really make the money coming in, and realizing that there's a yearning for persons to have clothes and to dress a particular way,
Yes.
I decided that, okay, this is an industry that shouldn't be dying, because the custom fit is what is important now, because you can
Yeah.
go into the store and get clothing first, like small, petite size like yourself, but sometimes when you come and you have like a heavy set or big busted, you always get a problem. So we realized that the custom sewing was a very, very important type of sewing in order to try to have your clients come in and have fit in
This
the way
is
they
very
want it.
interesting.
Now this one is
Yeah.
one that was bought by, it was bought in store, this.
Right.
So then after the person had made a jacket that would go with it, you have it a lined jacket and so on, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
if I did not think that these things were made locally, my guess is it looks very
Yeah, because it's a professional finish, and this is
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
could be achieved by person in the sewing industry. It's it's a growing skill. You always have to have it updated, and once that happens, not only you are happy, but your clients are happy as well. Yeah.
But my favorite piece is coming up next. I'm not a fan of shiny, but this, for some strange reason, it stands out to me. I think it's perhaps the colors
Yes.
or the material.
This
something.
one is
It
a style for the East Indian wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dress up style. So we do African wear, we do East Indian wear, and this is like you're going to a wedding. You have an outfit like this. It have like the kurta, the pants to wear with it, but I didn't bring
does
that
it have
part.
the okay.
Yeah,
So this is just the top part.
Yeah, this is just the top, and you notice it's quite dressy.
Yeah.
Quite dressy. It's a very adorable style, and you know, it's one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, I think this one is going to stay on set with us because it's purple as well. So
Okay.
it's obvious. I'm obviously biased. How has that been for you so far?
Well, it has been quite interesting, but it's my only, and I would use the word disappointment, is that it's not being used the way it ought to use in order to put forth employment and to also have persons who needs employment to be trained in order to gain employment, because as my niece, she helped me cut out some of my pieces sometimes when I have it laid out, and she's from UAE, and she said, but
Right.
auntie, you know, I'm not getting work the way I ought to, and she starts doing little ends for me,
And I
the
think
money's
that's how
coming
it
in.
starts, huh?
Yeah.
You start doing a small piece and then you realize, well, this is where the money is and
Yeah.
I'm going to continue it. I'm no fashion designer. I think I destroy clothes more than
Oh my
I
God.
create it. But I think as every young person, or as a child growing up, you always see things, you like things,
Yes,
you
yes,
want to
yes.
recreate and create.
Yes.
I've destroyed a lot of my mom's clothes.
Oh, trying to, but sometimes
Yeah.
that's the way it starts, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the way it starts.
But I still do it now and again. But she is more of a designer than I am.
Oh, okay.
So it starts with a passion.
It
and
starts
like you
with a
rightly
passion.
said, you have to have a passion for this.
Yeah.
But tell me
Passion, patience. Yeah.
that is right.
Passion and patience.
Tell me something. In terms of young people being involved in the sewing industry, because I know there's a degree in it now at UTT.
Oh, yeah.
So coming out of UTT, do you see a lot of people being involved in it, or
What-
do you see they going internationally to now pursue it?
Well, they have the option of going internationally, but what has happened, sometimes the skill base, because with like everything else, you come out from UAE, but they ask you what is about your experience. And sometimes to work on the ground while trying to pursue the bigger national fashion is what you require, because sometimes somebody sits at a machine and because you haven't got the experience, so okay, to do mass production, you say, well, okay, you get flustered, so therefore your production for national now becomes affected.
Yeah. Describe to me a typical day in your life,
Well,
in terms of your job then.
okay, well, right now in the job, we are at a little bit of a stalemate because, you know, we are in a building that has to, as they say, they'll be moving us from there to put us to make full capacity of the skills. But until then, so that is the only thing that saddens me now. So the reason being, I'm in the PSA now to treat with issues such as that. To say, well, okay, if these workers, these members of staff could produce quality garments, and I can
And
put
I mean,
my...
we're seeing here that there is a potential.
Yeah.
So I am sure something will be done Soon enough, I'm very, very sure about that.
Yeah, once we keep our heads and our feet on the ground, and the eyes, the ears on the ground, something must be done. Yeah.
So how early do you start your day?
Well, when I have to do construction, according to what has to be done, I do like my layout. I do my layout. I have my material put in. Okay, this is what we cut today. You do your drafting days before. And so when you cut now, you bundle, and you say, well, okay, this, you put on your own little production line, and you say, well, this would start to be assembled at this point, and then you make sure you iron, or you carry to the laundry, you have it ironed, and so you have the look of the garment, yeah.
So in terms of, okay, let's say the dress that you made, how long would it have taken you to?
Well, that wouldn't take me long.
It would not?
No, it wouldn't take me long, yeah. Because I know my layout, I put my measurements on. It's not an intricate cut in the sense that having princess line. That is the reason I use the stretch lace. So therefore you get the sculpture of the persons, make sure the dimension and bust something can fit, and then you put it, assemble it. I'm quite fast on the machine at times, so yeah.
Wow, wow. What is your favorite style of stitch? Is there, I know there's embroidery, there's
well, I did
the
embroidery,
regular.
but because I usually have to carry out my garments to have the embroidery, now, because I don't have the embroidery machine, but embroidery is quite interesting. But but once you have the machinery, it makes the clothes look lovely. And in fact, I wasn't able to bring up the embroidery patterns I had downstairs because I do the kitchen curtains with the embroidery on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks lovely. Cushion, the throw cushion. So the seamstress and tailors, they decorate their house from top to bottom when you're talking about either your mats, your shower curtains, your draperies.
Yeah.
So it's a skill that you can use to, and again, the word would come up, diversify. Yeah, because you're happy when you do it, and then after you can make somebody else happy once things are put in place.
Yeah. In terms of, let's say, salary-wise, payments, what is the price range?
The price range vary, and some seamstresses, what we try to do now is get a standard. So you wouldn't find one really, really high and another one really low, but your quality of your garment must always take the consideration and the fit, because some persons, as we grow in this industry, you'll find them, they so really neat, but the fit wouldn't fit as they ought to. Some fit well, but the finished product isn't the way it ought to be, and this comes in with experience. You try to bring, with experience, the quality of the product. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite particular type of clothes that you like to sew?
I like to sew suits.
Suits?
Yeah, I like to sew suits. I like to sew ladies' suits, especially the ladies who often say, well, look, I have a sink back and I have a small waist, and therefore the clothes will fit me right.
Yeah.
It's always really, really...
I know about that very well.
Yeah, it's always gratifying to me to have a woman fitted, and you see her walking and the clothes actually not hug her that it's too tight, but it holds her in a way that she looks finished.
Yeah. Welcome back to PSA TV. This is Eye on Labor. I'm your host, Christy Callising, and on set with me, I've got the section chair of the Seamstresses and Tailors department, Ms. Susan Alexander. And we've been talking this morning about some custom-made outfits.
Clothing, yeah.
Clothing, yes. So if you can just tell me a little bit about the industry itself. I know you were just telling me about the Port of Spain department.
Yeah.
About some good news there?
Well, the good news is that when we had a cookout last week, and I want to say openly congratulations to the seamstresses and tailors at Port of Spain General Hospital, persons who are quite capable of the skill, and they would have won the cookout. So ladies and gentlemen, congratulations from me and the PSA. And it shows the capability of that staff, and we are always willing to have it incorporated in the workspace to diversify, as again the word that always pops up, in order to have persons gainfully employed and to continue with not only sewing, but custom-made sewing
Yeah.
for persons who desperately need it.
Yeah. Just to step a little bit away from that, in terms of negotiations, I would have seen you upstairs here
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
of times. Well, I can't help but ask you. You have a disability in
Yes,
your.
I do.
It's your left or
Left,
right?
my left leg.
Yeah, your left
Yeah.
leg. How difficult is it for you to even carry out your daily duties?
Well, again, as my grandmother used to say, what don't kill you make you stronger. So, after having a surgery done in 2011, coming out from that surgery, I was unable to walk because what had happened to me before, as a child, I always had a leg that is, the left was shorter than the right. So I had a limb, but I was capable of doing everything. But I only recognized what disability was after that surgery. But again, as you say, you look at the bright side of things, and what I'm capable of now is things something I thought I wouldn't be able, like I came up the stairs here, I take my time, I was escorted by
And
one
you
of the
drive
staff
also?
here. I drive, yeah, I drive. I used to use the walker, I start back using my walker at home now, because you need to be independent and do as much as you can do. So what I would continue to ask the management to be cognizant of the fact that you will get persons of different abilities on your employment staff and put the things in place. So it wouldn't be a struggle just to do the daily thing, but the capabilities of the person would come out and the struggle would be so much less.
Yeah, yeah. Ms. Alexander, if I can just ask you your closing comments.
Well, my closing comments is that the trade industry is an industry that would take Trinidad out of, or help Trinidad go through this time of, we always say, is a financial strain there. And like things that are happening, we need to have persons at their full capacity, and if the skill-based persons be integrated in the system, I think we would always have a nice and a more productive part to play. Yeah.
All right. So it's on that note, I want to thank you so much and wish you happy National Sewing Month.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Continue to do the great job that you and your team members there do. We've seen some really high quality and
Yes.
high standards of work coming out of your team there. So I just want to say congratulations
Thank you.
and keep it up. So we're going to toss to a really short break right now, and when we come back, we've got members from Bigu joining us on set. Stay with us.